Hi, everybody. Welcome to a new episode of your Fredcast. My name's Gary, and here I am once again. Today, we're going to talk about the 10 most promising, according to ChatGPT, of course, jobs of this era of today. All right. But before we go there, let me just make my usual statements here. It's a sunny Friday. I mean, most Fridays have been sunny in the past years. I've come to realize, and this one is not different. It's a little chilly, but yeah, okay. I don't know when you're listening to it, but if you're listening to it in August, you're probably feeling, and in Brazil, of course, you're probably feeling the same I am, basically. So, yeah, this is it for the introductions, and let us just remember, this is the purpose of this media here, of this podcast, if you will, is to get you practicing your listening skills, is to have you learning new words, getting more confident, getting more comfortable, why not, with the English language. Because most students complain, especially basic and pre-intermediate level, that it's too hard to understand effectively what native speakers are speaking in general. Well, because they speak really fast, because they speak with lots of slang words, because they speak in a chopped way sometimes, depending on where the person is from, and things like that, right? And having a Brazilian who learned English at some point of his life makes it easier. Yeah, this is exactly the purpose of this episode, is for you to have a Brazilian speaking English, and consequently to have a easier approach of the language. All right, so go grab your cup of coffee, water, tea, lemonade, whatever it takes for you to relax. Enjoy me in this one more episode. One of the most interesting things we hear and we say when we're talking about jobs in the modern world, aka today, is that, well, who knows if the jobs that exist today will exist 20, 30, 50 years from now, 30 years, 50 years in the future. Yeah, that's an interesting question, okay? And I hear this a lot, it's often said that if you're a kid or a baby today, if you have a kid or a baby today, the profession that this baby / kid will practice in the future doesn't even exist. Okay, I'll be pretty honest with you guys. I forgot to say that I'm not an expert. I'm just an English teacher. Just the purpose here is to get you speaking English and practicing. So don't take me too seriously. But I'll be honest with you. I find it very hard to believe. Okay, that of course, we will have new professions, new jobs in the future, new demands, new technology with the upcoming of these things, right? Of course, there will be new jobs, lots of new jobs, and a considerable amount of them still don't exist, right? I give you that. But putting in everyone is going to be doing a job that doesn't exist today. I mean, come on, right? That doesn't make much sense, okay? Because I think that, technology is growing. I'm a big fan, I'm a big enthusiast of this topic, this area. You guys know that if you're not here for the first time. But what about the rest? The physical world is still there. People still need doctors when their stomachs ache, all right? When their teeth ache, when the tooth aches. When they're not feeling well, they go to a psychologist. Still will be going to psychologists in the future. Oh, it's going to be a robot. Okay, maybe. That's one possibility. But, there will still be lots of people 50 years from now, myself included, hopefully, who perhaps will have hey, I don't want a robot to be my shrink, to be a psychologist. To me, I want to talk to a real person, you know. I would, you know. I will certainly gladly play chess with a robot. Maybe even talk random things just to spend the time. And teach and learn new things. Yeah, I would gladly do that, no problems. It's not a problem to me. But like for certain things, well, I wouldn't like having a robot doing a surgery in me, if you know what I mean. I would rather 1,000 times having a human with but human has more probabilities of making mistakes. Okay, I'll take it, you know. I still think that the human nature, I'm not that I think, I'm sure that human nature won't change in the upcoming years in most aspects. Okay, technology will change, so lots of needs will change, have been changing in the past decade. Yeah, that's a fact. But I don't see this like, well, the world is going to be completely different. Of course, guys, I'm talking about 50 years from now. I'm not talking about 500 years from now, 1,000 years from now. Of course, probably then, yeah. But 50 years from now, well, there must be something in this equation. There must be a part of this equation that I am missing because I am not seeing it that much. But let me know your opinion. If you can say something in the comment section below. But that's it, okay? I asked ChatGPT, our good partner in this podcast, to come up to tell me the 10 most promising professions. Spoiler alert, most of them, not to say all of them, connected to the technologic area. Okay, maybe this says a lot about the belief of people that in the future we will have like lots of jobs, that most jobs in the future 50 years from now still don't exist today. Well, if you would say like most jobs in the future didn't exist 50 years ago, yeah, I get it. That's for sure. I can take it, but don't exist today. Well, again, there must be a part of this equation I'm not seeing. Guys, you let me know, okay, in the comment section below. But let's take a look at what ChatGPT has got for us. Let's do it. Number 1, software developer engineer. Software engineer, software developer. With technology integration across industries, demand for software development skills remains strong. Specializations like cybersecurity and artificial intelligence are particularly in demand. Yeah, this is one of the most promising professions, one of the most promising jobs, okay, for the future. I still believe that this hasn't even started yet. Basically, we're still going to see this explosion in a good sense, of course, in the upcoming decades. And yeah, lots of people will have jobs, good jobs, and will be able to make money, you know, live okay just sounds like it's easy, but just it's just an expression, like just by pressing buttons in a computer, right? So yeah, I could agree more. ChatGPT, you're absolutely right about it. Let's check number 2. Data scientists, analysts. As organizations increasingly rely on data-driven decision-making, skilled professionals who can interpret and manage data are highly sought after. So yeah, people today, the companies today are more than ever taking numbers in consideration, okay? Performance numbers. There are more beautiful names to these numbers. I won't remember, but you probably know what I'm talking about, like the how well a company is doing in taking this, that, and those aspects in consideration, or without taking one or other in consideration. So it's much easier, you know, long story short, it's much easier today for companies to measure their performance beyond profits, okay, profit and loss, okay, like what is the potential of a company? Like maybe we're not making too much today, but what about the future? Let us not forget that Amazon Companies like Amazon, SpaceX, a couple of others, these gigantic companies today were like break even for years. Amazon was break even for years. If you don't remember the expression break even, it means that you're not losing or making money. You're zero. Okay. What if Jeff Bezos would say like, hey, we're break even. Let me just shut the bar down. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say here. And this is something that has been incorporated. Excuse me, has been incorporated to the analysis that people make today when it comes to understanding the real performance and relevance of a company in the market, and more importantly, trying to predict its future. Yeah, let's check number 3. Healthcare professional like nurses, physicians, or assistants related to these people. The healthcare sector continues to grow, driven by an aging population and increasing healthcare needs. Yeah, there are two opposed powers, let me put it this way, in play today. That is, like, I want to say that people are, I know it doesn't seem so, but people are, in my opinion, taking more care of their health. People have more means to take care of their health today, be that practical, physical, or even knowledge, right? YouTube's there. You can check out people talking about it. Of course, you have to be very, very, very careful, but you have it. You have this possibility. Like, people are in general better at if you just take the percentage of people who go to gym today, no matter the target. If I don't want to be healthy, I want to be fit, I want to be hot. Yeah, but you will get healthy, or at least a little healthier than if you wouldn't go to the gym, if you wouldn't work out, On the other hand, there are, I want to say that this makes me think that the health industry will lose power in the future, because people are taking more care, so they will get sick less, right? This is my understanding here, okay, guys? There's no official information or anything, but like my understanding, like the more people take care of their health, the less they go to the hospital, right? Talking about going to the hospital because of health things, not accidents, of course. That doesn't have any relevance here. But on the other hand, I'll get into the other part of it, and ChatGPT just nailed it by saying it. We're becoming an older population in general, meaning there will be more, because people are having less kids over the past years. So it means that there will be more elderly people in the world, the whole world. Of course, in more countries, more or less, but the average, the global average, yeah, it's increasing, right? So of course, consequently, more elderly, more social, more healthcare services required. Yeah, that's obvious. No matter how healthy a population is, no matter how healthy someone is, when we get old, right? There will be some cares necessary, right? So yeah, this makes total sense when I see that this profession is really, really promising for the future. So yeah, I get it. Number 4, cybersecurity specialist. With growing concerns about data breaches and cyber attacks, expertise in cybersecurity is crucial for protecting information systems. Yeah, of course, yeah, everything is migrating, so to say, to, when I say everything, I mean almost everything, but like in terms of information, like the information we have registered in a registering bureau, for example, we call cartório in Portuguese, sooner than later are going to be transferred to the online world, okay? And I'm not talking about Google Drive or any cloud service, right? I'm talking about like the digital, the decentralized, encrypted net, basically, right? So it will go there. That's the destiny of these services, right? So yeah, we're gonna have more and more. We're gonna have more and more digitalized information and assets, right? Like the crypto coins and crypto assets in general, but especially the coins, right? The money in general, right? We're about to see I think we're about to see Brex coming out of paper. That is a Brazilian digital coin. Of course, it's not a project to be like, oh my god, like the enthusiasts aren't like excited about it, because at the end of the day, it's a governmental project which is totally against the Bitcoin atmosphere, so to say. I'm not gonna go deep into it. I have already recorded about it and talked about it. You guys know my opinion about it, but just to make a long story short, yeah, we're going to have even our money digitalized. And I'm not talking about like what you do in the bank today. Yeah, I mean like having it digital and having it as secret as it can be today. For example, you buy something out in the streets, you pay someone $50 for something, and there's no registration of that, but the transaction was effected. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna do that in the future. So having said that, we're going to be more and more in the real digital world. Okay, we just have a glimpse of that today, a quick look. Okay, we're entering this world yet, to be honest, right? With social medias, with YouTube, with everything. But that's just I like this word in English. It's not so common. It's not easy to translate into Portuguese. The threshold, the beginning, the entrance of this world. So yeah, having said that, of course, we understand that the cybersecurity is like the guards securing your money from being stolen in the bank, for example, right? Or the walls, or the vault, the safe boxes, etc., etc. Five, AI machine learning engineer. Specializing in artificial intelligence and machine learning is a burgeoning field with applications across many industries, including tech, finance, and healthcare. Yeah, artificial intelligence is definitely here to stay. Yeah, we're going to see more and more of it in the future. I don't know if I recorded much about it here in this podcast, but let me tell you that I'm extremely enthusiastic to this technology. I'm not a pessimist about it. I don't see this like overtaking humanity like in the Terminator movie, right? I know some very, very influent and intelligent people who have this opinion, which I consider like, if they think so, yeah, who knows? But I personally don't believe we're going to get to that point. Certainly, we will lose with lots of quote marks. We're gonna lose many jobs to the AI, but you know what? That's the market. Today, people years ago, people who would sell many years ago, before electricity get popular or was even invented, people selling candles it was a big business. Today, not so much. We still have candles, we still need them, we still buy them, but for almost completely different purposes. Isn't it true? So yeah, don't allow yourself, my opinion, you shouldn't allow yourself to be worried about like, hey, AI is going to steal jobs. It steals jobs on one hand and creates many others on other hands. Because who do you think is going to be behind these AIs? People, and as I said before, the physical world is still here. It's our department. AI cannot do much. Even if they put out robots walking in the streets, there are certain things that only human beings can do. No matter how good that these robots or how similar they are to us, it's still not going to be the same. So if you look carefully and look for people's needs, right, and there are so many of them, you will find you will understand that the possibility of working and providing services to people or goods still going to be there, only in different ways. So be up to date, keep your head up and look into the market and see how much you can change your current business if you're a business person, or which other businesses could you move to or have in parallel with your own, and embrace technology, embrace AI. Don't think that this is here to destroy us, because this is, in my opinion, simply not true. All right, next on the list is renewable energy technician. As the world shifts towards sustainable energy sources, careers in solar and wind energy are expanding rapidly. Yeah, you don't have to say much about it. Yeah, renewable energy is a necessity no matter where you look to. Like, if you just think of like reducing our carbon emission, our CO2 emission, if you think that, not think, but if you remember the fact that fossil fuels will finish sooner than later, too. So it's an inevitable path we have to follow, right? So this is a big opportunity for, a business opportunity or career opportunity, if you will. Yeah, don't have to say much more about it, I think. Number 8, financial analyst advisor. Financial experts are needed to guide individuals and organizations through complex financial decisions and strategies. Yeah, finances is one of my favorite topics. I love talking about money because I love talking about people and how people spend their money and make their money and save their money, everything, right? And it is, as it was and has been and will probably keep being in the future, a extremely complex and underestimated topic. Okay, people don't like paying attention to their finances. Like, where is the money going? Where is it coming? How is it? How am I maintaining it? How am I making it? How am I keep it growing? All these things. Honestly, I thought that by 2024, the year I'm currently recording this, humanity would be already okay with that, but apparently that's not the case. So certainly these jobs will be necessary, at least for a few more decades or centuries. Number 9, UX UI designer. The focus on user experience and interface design is growing, with businesses prioritizing intuitive and engaging digital interactions. Well, this profession, to be honest, I didn't know, but a few days ago, a student of mine explained to me that is basically the developers that do, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, here, there's always the comment section below, the guys who do the aesthetic part of a website, for example, how intuitive, as ChatGPT is just said here, how intuitive, how sexy, for lack of a better word here, my web page as an entrepreneur is. It has to have this, as I said, sex appeal towards the public. It has to be easy and intuitive. I'll repeat this word because that's the key word to this profession. I don't know much about it. My student just told me what it is, but I still haven't read much about it. So I'll keep it here for ChatGPT's sake. Last but not least, project manager. Effective project management is essential across various sectors, making it a versatile and in-demand role. Yeah, this is definitely the cherry on the top of the cake, I would say, because this is probably one of the biggest challenges that the new generations will face in the upcoming years. Let me just leave here my prophecy. Hope I'm wrong. Of course, every time I make a pessimist prophecy, I definitely hope I'm wrong, but who knows? Time alone is going to tell us. So yeah, because one of the most important things in a company where you have good brains, let me put it this way, talented people working for me, is having these people working as a team, as a unity, as peacefully and as effectively as possible. Okay, that will be quite simple, quite easy if you were talking about robots, all right? But we're not talking about robots. We're talking about human beings, okay? Even if there are robots working, there will be human beings working, and you have to deal with these people, you know. No matter the numbers, I think the challenge is pretty much the same. If you have had the opportunity of being the manager or being in a lead position in a company, you know what I'm talking about, you know, dealing and negotiating, let's put it this way, with people over their feelings, their beliefs, their behaviors, their productivity or lack of it. It's a really, really hard and exhausting job, right? I don't like talking much about like gifts, you know, like, but I think it's being a good leader in this specific point is not something you learn. Of course, it's something you perfect, as they say, something you can improve over the time with practice, but it's not something, in my opinion, that you learn. I think you're born with that, and you make it, and you perfect it. Okay, you shape it out throughout the years you're working with people, and mostly you have to like doing that. Not everyone does that, and I see, as I started saying, this new generation with a big hole, a big lack of personnel in this area, you know. So it's probably going to the buck's probably going to stop with us millennials or Generation X, the one before us, the 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, you know, to do this job, this hard job, and not grateful job. All right, guys, this is it for today's episode. Thank you so very much for your lovely company. I see you in the next episode.